stupid and white. Honestly, you guys are stupid and white.
Okay.
I'm looking you in the eyes.
Why are you
I'm looking you in the eyes. Like that's stupid.
The body cam vision from a police constable was captured in the early hours of the morning on January the 30th, 2023.
All right, I'll go over at the moment then at 3:17. You're under arrest for criminal damage because there's an allegation that you've smashed that taxi window. You're also under arrest for racially aggravated public order for the comments that you've said.
The court heard the soccer star had been out drinking with her partner. The two of them had hailed a cab. Then one of them vomited in the taxi. The prosecution told the court the driver called police to complain.
Instead of taking them to the defendant's home, which is where the cab was initially asked to go, instead he drove them straight to Twickenham Police Station.
At the police station, Kerr told officers she and her partner were scared and felt like they were being kidnapped. The criminal damage charge was later withdrawn. The 31-year-old has pleaded not guilty and is expected to give evidence in the coming hours. The ABC's Europe Bureau Chief Mazoe Ford joined me a short time ago from outside the Kingston Crown Court. Mazoe Ford, good to have you with us. Can you just begin by describing the scene in court today?
Good evening, Sarah. Well, there is a lot of interest in this case, so much so that court staff had to bring in extra chairs to fit all of the journalists, about 25 of us inside the court. And then there are more journalists following proceedings online through a secure link. Also in court, we've got Sam Kerr's parents and her brother who've come over from Australia, as well as an advisor and an agent. And then arriving at court yesterday, she was flanked by a security guard. She looked pretty calm. From where the media is sitting in court, Sarah, we can't see Sam Kerr, but we've been told that she's listening intently to proceedings and taking lots of notes.
Now, we just saw a portion of the body cam footage. You've seen more of it. What did it show?
There were 30 minutes of that body cam footage in all, Sarah, and it shows Samantha Kerr and Christy Mewis inside that police station trying to give their version of events. They're speaking over each other. They're speaking over the police officer. At one point, Sam Kerr says that she'll call in her football club Chelsea's lawyers. She also says to police she's going to film this and put it up on Twitter. The police officer, the taxi driver said that he brought them to the station because one of the women had thrown up in the cab. There was an argument about the fare and they broke a window. But the women's version of events that comes out by watching this body cam footage is that they thought they were being kidnapped and held hostage when the taxi changed direction away from the route home. So they were trying to escape. The women told police they were very scared. The taxi was driving very fast. Put your shoes in a female's shoes, Sam Kerr said. You have to understand the emergency both of us felt. What do you expect us to do as women in that situation? So the police officer then asks, well, did you call police? The women said that, yes, they did try to call police, but they're internationals. Christy Mewis said she called 911. There's also a discussion about the broken window, and Samantha Kerr holds up her phone to show her bank balance to the officer to say that she can afford to pay the fare. She said she would never leave without paying a fare and that this must be racial. Eventually, the women agreed to pay for the damage, so that charge was dropped, but then Samantha Kerr was later charged with intending to cause racially aggravated harassment, alarm or distress.
So just to understand that charge, what is it that the prosecution will have to prove for that to be successful?
Three things, Sarah. They need to prove intent. They also need to prove that there was an effect by that alleged harassment and that there was aggravation. The prosecutor, William Emlyn Jones, said that the persistent reference to skin colour, to the white skin colour, showed a hostility. However, he said the issue is not so much what did Sam Kerr say, what did she mean, what did she intend, and secondly, how did the officer feel? He began giving his evidence yesterday, and he said that he felt upset when he was called white and stupid. In reference to being shown the bank balance, he said he felt belittled, and the overall demeanour and tone he described of the women as, quote, like abusive. He's only partway through his evidence, though, and he'll be cross-examined by Sam Kerr's lawyer as well.
And just before we come to that, Mazoe, briefly, are they claiming that Sam Kerr was inebriated still when she was in the police station?
Yes, that both of the women had been on a night out drinking in Twickenham in their local area.
Now, in terms of the defence, what do you understand Sam Kerr's defence is going to be?
We heard very briefly from Grace Forbes, her defence barrister, who urged the jury to keep an open mind. She said nobody disputes the words that were said, but simply saying words, even words like these, does not make somebody guilty of a criminal offence. She said the law was a little more nuanced and a little more human than that. And she said when you look past the headline, when you look at the evidence, you'll see that Sam Kerr did not feel hostile towards the officer because he was white. She said we saw someone, however poorly expressed, speaking about positions of power, about privilege and how these things might colour perception. And we're expecting to hear from Sam Kerr later on here today at the Kingston upon Thames Crown Court when she steps into the witness box to give her version of events.
Well, that's going to be fascinating. We'll look forward to speaking to you again. But for now, Mazoe, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Sarah.